What's up guys, welcome to another DCS YouTube video, and I have a fun mission that you guys can play yourselves with the mission link in the description down below. This is something I've done quite a bit on my channel, is feature free missions that you guys can download and fly along. This is kind of a preview. Sometimes I mod things here and there for better experience. In this case, when you download the mission, it will be a native F-18 mission, but I have swapped to the F-18 for the F-16. I was recently at an air show where we saw the Thunderbirds, and oh my goodness, what a treat. I am Canadian, and so we have the F-18. That's long been my favorite jet, but I gotta say, I might have to convert to an F-16 Viper guy. I mean, those jets were something else. And so it kind of gave me the itch to get back into it, and this was actually one of my most popular videos. I don't know if it's the mission or the video itself, but it's going to be primarily air-to-air and escorting the president in a C-17 Globemaster, flying over Las Vegas down the strip on our way to Groom Lake at Area 51. So it's not too bad of a mission. It's you can change the difficulty in the settings once you've loaded in, and we'll be fighting against F5 Tigers on our way to Groom Lake after a little scenic route down the strip. And I gotta say, flying the F-16 with its bubble canopy is absolutely stunning. So I hope you guys like this video. Please show your support and if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. I upload all sorts of different missions, always trying to make it for you guys, missions that you guys can fly, or preview of campaigns that are usually paid, so you guys know what you guys are getting into and what to expect before you shell out some of your own cash. In the top right corner, I'll pin a playlist full of videos with missions that are free for you guys to download down in all the descriptions, so please feel free to check those out and enjoy some of the content today. Alright, we're just holding short while C-17 takes off with the president, and while we do so, we'll turn on our helmet to display so you guys know what that looks like. Just with this knob, you can adjust the brightness, and now we have it wherever we look. Very, very practical. Now, normally the president would be flying in Air Force One, of course, the notorious Boeing 747.
Runway 03 right hand.
But, and I believe there's a mod that you can download, but this is no mods. The only modules that you need are official DCS modules, obviously the F-18 or F-16, and the Nevada test range map. That's all you need to fly this mission.
You are clear to take off. Hornet, Nellis, you are clear to formate with package.
So I just brought in the range to 30 miles just because we don't need to see that far. We see waypoint, or steer point 1. It's waypoint 1 in the F-18, steer point 1 in the F-16, potato in my opinion. So it's, it's this because it's got a white dot and not a hollow dot. And we'll cycle through in a second. Let's just start our turn. Obviously at 480 knots we are catching up quickly, so I will reduce the throttle and pull a few G's just to bleed some energy so we don't pass them. It's really good to practice your navigation in this mission, and as well as some formation flying. Formation will come really handy when you fly with other players, and as well as for air-to-air refueling.
Hornet, package. Package is at waypoint 1.
We're still catching him at 380 knots. We'll see what he stabilizes at, but we're coming through steer point 1. Now, the voiceovers do mention that we are Hornet because this is natively a F-18 mission. I just swapped out the F-16 and put in my own loadout, which today will be 4 AMRAAMs, AIM-120s, and 2 Sidewinders, AIM-9Xs. Looks like 370 is about the speed he's traveling. And then we can use these arrows up. You see it switches to steer point 2.
Package.
And that's how we can follow our waypoint.
Change of plan. He wishes to fly down the strip at 1,000 feet.
Oh, cool. So we're taking the scenic route. Again, don't want to overshoot him. That's it. There we go. Managing our speed.
Altitude.
Just keeping an eye on him. I love the visibility in the F-16. It's phenomenal. Now, I don't know. Would you guys say? I'm curious to see what you guys think. It's a little subjective. Well, okay. Well, let me make the proposition first. Now, what is the best 4th generation aircraft? Is it the F-18, F-16, F-15? And just, I know the F-15 is the king of air-to-air. It's got like over 100 kills, no deaths. F-16 is a very good multi-role platform. F-18 performs in its own right as well.
Package is at waypoint 3, commencing strip run.
I'm curious to see what you guys think. Right now I'm really loving the F-16 after I saw the Thunderbirds at the air show. And I hope to see the Blue Angels someday, and I don't know if they're just as impressive, more impressive. I've always been a fan of the F-18 being Canadian. That is our flagship jet until we replace them with the F-35 in a few years. Imagine being at these hotels.
Altitude.
By the way, not the official hotels. Planet Dollywood instead of Planet Hollywood. We had the, it was supposed to be Trump Tower. I forget what it was actually called. We have Mandalay Way instead of Mandalay Bay. So I don't know if that's a copyright thing or just DCS being fun and creative with it, but yeah, that's what you can expect in the Nevada map. That and a lot of desert. Now we're heading to Area 51, Groom Lake. There's also another fun thing that they did, that the developers did with this map, is they put an Easter egg, and I've covered it in a video a long time ago. Basically, there's starships from Star Trek hidden in one of the hangars that you guys can go check out.
Altitude.
So we're just trying to form up with package. A quick thing on the navigation. I didn't really cover it too much, but you do practice it in this mission. Obviously, we're following our steer points. Right now, we're following steer point 7, as shown by the dark dot, versus all the other ones are hollowed out. And you just cycle through them. Right now it says 7. You can cycle through them. 6, back to 7, 8. And this is a steer dot to tell you where you're going. If we go back to 7, it shows us it's basically straight ahead at this diamond here, and we're 14 miles to waypoint 7. So that's kind of just some of the basic symbology for navigation. I do know we're going to get into a dogfight very soon, and we'll get prepared for that, but we'll follow the mission orders. In theory, we don't know, we know that's the whole point of the mission.
Hornet, Nellis.
There we go.
Alert. 3 unknown bogies approaching at speed from your 10 o'clock. You are cleared hot. Protect the package.
Okay, let's gain some speed and some altitude and check it out. We're cleared hot, so let's get ready. I'm going to switch my countermeasures to bypass so I can do them one at a time. Let's go master arm on, air to air. It defaults to air to air missiles, aim 120. And we're going to stick in range while scan. We can only lock up 2. Now we were told there's 3 bandits, but I'm hoping to get 2 on AIM-120s and maybe a third. Maybe a third with a Sidewinder, so we can show a little bit with all different weapons. Now we want that carrot in the HUD, this carrot, to be as close to no escape range, but because we're outnumbered, and I only got one locked up for now, I might have to fire this early. We do have 4 sticks, so we can be a little bit aggressive here. Fox 3. Can't believe our radar only got 1 of them. It did get 3 at one point. Trackwell scan doesn't help.
Hornet, package. Package is at waypoint 7.
Splash 1.
Package is at waypoint 7.
Still locking up the other guy. I want this guy right here. This is problematic. This is problematic. Fox 2? He's flaring. I hope we get him. Splash. Where was the third? He was somewhere here.
Cat flare, cat flare, cat flare.
I'm gonna get low, confuse his radar.
Pull up. Altitude. Altitude.
Being low helps me spot him. He's harder to spot in the contrast of the ground than he is with the cloud and sky. I see him out there in the distance, unless that's a shoot. I could just fire one pit bull. That is the nice thing with the AMRAAM. This guy is very elusive. I don't know what's going on. I'd like to show you guys getting him on radar, but let's bring it down. He's definitely here, out in front of us. There he is. TMS up. Lost lock. Is he jamming us? Okay, we're gonna switch to Sidewinder as he flares. Tone, Fox 2. Tracking. Splash. Alright. That should be all 3. One's residuals there. 2. And the third somewhere, but we got all 3. We got confirmation.
Colors along our runway for you, sir. Have a good visit at crew.
And get out of air to air. I mean, it's not super difficult. I'm definitely not that experienced, and I'm not trying to say I'm very good at this. Obviously, there's lots of good resources in DCS for this. My niche is definitely more air to ground, but this is a really good mission to get you started in the F-16, F-18, whichever jet you really want. You can even do the F-15 Strike Eagle if you really want to try and get that module up and going again. But it's you can set different difficulties. I just set to the default just to feature this mission, show you guys what's possible.
Hornet, package. Package is at waypoint 8.
We were messing around with the radar a little bit and having a little bit of trouble. In
Altitude.
theory, range well scan you can lock up 2. We were only able to lock up 1. We got it early, so then it became a 2v1, and then using the Sidewinders, which are just better at short range, and you have to fiddle around, especially when you're struggling getting with your radar going. You can just get a heat-seeking missile right on it, so it's ideal for that. Now, it looks like a little fun feature of this mission is that as a tribute to all the Americans and all my American friends watching, this one's dedicated to you. So we'll do a nice flyby before joining package.
Altitude. Pull up. Pull up.
I just want to spend a bit more time on the radar to show you guys what could have been. It's a little difficult sometimes under the stress of the mission, and when you got 3 bogeys coming at you at full speed, and your closure rate is quite steep. But basically, you got your 1 bar, 2 bar, 4 bar scan. 30 degrees keeps it a bit more accurate, and then you use your RDR cursor switch, which is basically like slewing it, and then your target management switch. Once you figure that out on your HOTAS, you just do up, and you'll lock up the target. So right now, we've locked up package. And if there was 2 of them, then you would slew again, and then do TMS up again, and then when you do TMS right, you cycle through the targets. And that's what I was trying to do, but I don't know if they just spread out too quickly, and our radar wasn't able to lock up multiple targets, and so we only lock up the 1. And then we took an early shot, luckily got it, so then we could use our Sidewinders to take out the other 2.